Friend, there's nobody up there shooting back at you. It isn't always being fast or even accurate that counts. It's being willing. I found out early that most men, regardless of cause or need, aren't willing. They blink an eye or draw a breath before they pull a trigger. I won't. In John Wayne's last movie, The Shootist, he played the part of a dying old gunslinger who befriended a young Ron Howard. Howard, playing the part of a young man who was in awe of the old gunslinger's reputation, was shocked at being more accurate in target practice. For a moment, he thought himself an equal, until the old gunslinger pointed out the difference between target practice and a gunfight. At the end of the movie, the old gunslinger died in a gunfight, and the young man saw in person how bloody and messy they are. Hopefully, you've had rigorous internal debates about your faith, the kind where you argue with yourself, seeking to understand what you believe and why. Such debates are absolutely essential for clear thinking, as well as biblical accuracy and consistency in one's faith. So are external debates, because the true test of the accuracy of our biblical understanding and application is when facing another person who has a different viewpoint. But that's also when it can get bloody and messy, and that's exactly when many blink an eye or draw a breath and lose. Today's Sunday Struggles on Morning Minutes in the Bible reflects on whether or not we're among the willing. When we get into a spiritual gunfight, are we willing to stand and face those shooting at us? Or do we take the cowardly advice noted yesterday in Psalm 11, verse 1, and flee as a bird to your mountain? Far too many aren't willing to stand. Sometimes it's because they've seen the mess spiritual gunfights can cause and prefer to avoid messy battles. More often than not, though, it's purely because people are unwilling to risk getting harmed emotionally and sometimes physically, and are more than willing to surrender God's truth in order to avoid the pain that comes from fighting. However, we're called to be soldiers in the Lord's army, and that necessarily implies there will be messy battles, Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 17. We mustn't blink or draw a breath when it's time to pull the trigger. Of course, this doesn't justify being trigger happy, backstabbing, or taking pot shots from a distance, but simply asks, are we willing to stand because in the Lord I take refuge, Psalm 11, verse 1. It won't be easy, but we must stand. Thank you for watching today's Sunday Struggles on Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.